The year is 1990, and by this time Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 had already been released for the Nintendo Entertainment System. At this time, fans were eagerly awaiting the release of Super Mario World, which would come out on November 21st, 1990 in Japan, and followed by August 13th, 1991 for us here in North America. Now, this isn't going to be a video about the history of Super Mario Bros. That's a video for another day. Instead, we're going to be discussing something I don't think all fans know about, which is the Mario comics. Anyways, let's just have some fun here and check out some of these bad boys. So in this video, I'm going to be looking at Super Mario Bros. Volume 1, which I believe came out February 1990. Don't quote me on that. But there's 9 volumes in this series, so this could become a 9-part series. It will all really depend on what everyone thinks of this content and if I should keep doing it. Anyways, Volume 1 has 5 really juicy, super crispy stories to look at. So let's just jump right in. So the first page here, it starts off by introducing the Mushroom Kingdom, the Mushroom King, whose daughter is, of course, Princess Toadstool and the Mushroom People. It also introduces Bowser here, and it's pretty interesting. I guess Bowser just kind of came out of nowhere. No one even knew that he was building an army or who he is. But it's a pretty nice panel. You got the Mushroom King, kind of giving me that Aladdin vibe. You got all like these little mushroom dudes. I don't know, Toad's family or something. They're all just like defenseless. You got your Goombas, and then I don't know what that is, but behind that the front Goomba there kind of looks like like the bones of a Goomba. I think that must be it. And then you have all the classics like your Shy Guys, your Hammer Bros, the super scary SMB3 sons. I'm not exactly sure of their name. So you don't have too much on the rest of the page. I mean, you have Bowser wisecracking, and Toad's just freaking out. The Mushroom Kingdom just seems way too peaceful. Like, shouldn't they have a royal army or something? It looks like they've never had any sort of conflict, like in their entire existence. And I guess Bowser's the first one, so they don't really know what to do. And then you have Princess Toadstool, who seems kind of snotty. I don't know. So she says, "Help, help," and step on it, okay? And she's sitting there with her arms crossed, just tapping her feet. It's kind of interesting because she's the most calm one out of everyone. She actually seems like kind of mad, but little does she know she's going to be doing this for the rest of her life. And that's probably why she hates Mario so much and gives him the denial at the end of Odyssey. Next we have a scene where it shows Mario and Luigi just hanging out and eating pizza, spaghetti, drinking pop at where it looks to be their plumbing company. But interestingly enough, they can hear Peach for help. So here you get the introduction of Mario and Luigi, where they say Mario is a man of great courage and determination, and they say Luigi is shy, but he's always willing to rise to a challenge. So it doesn't show like how they get to the Mushroom Kingdom, but it looks like they just follow the pipe, and when they get there, I don't know, it just looks like they clean house, like no problem. They make Bowser look pretty weak here. Well, basically they mollywop King Koopa, aka Bowser. Then in the final panel of this story, you see that Mario has saved the day. Looks like Mushroom Kingdom is happy. And you have your boy Luigi talking about laying pipe. And Mario just looking for some food. So the second story in this first edition of the Nintendo Comic System, we have Piranha Round 2. So for these comics, I guess they had heavy stock covers, which was the one I showed earlier, and the one you see now is actually the soft cover for this issue. This second story starts off with Mario and Toad in the throne room of the Mushroom Kingdom castle. And it looks like they just got attacked by some piranha plants, and they're informing the king that the piranha plants are revolting. Then you have the Mushroom King here telling Mario that he was turned into a chameleon. The king tells Mario that he needs the magic wand to turn back to human form, or I guess Toad form. I don't really know what it is. Next, Toad notices that the Chameleon King here, that he's just worried about getting that fly in his mouth. And while the Chameleon King's focused on that, Toad warns the king again about the Piranha Plant Revolution. He obviously really doesn't care. Mario tells him that the only place to get the magic wand is to go to the Piranha Plant headquarters, which is in World 1. Which I think it's pretty funny that Mario tells the Chameleon King right now that he has to travel to World 1. So it looks like we're going to World 1. Before Mario departs, he denies the Chameleon King the fly on his hat. And even though the king thinks Mario's being selfish, he gives him what's called the Green Gecko Gem, which will actually put a force field around Mario. Doesn't explain how it works, but I guess it'll put a force field around Mario. And it looks like the force field is breakable, but only a really strong enemy could break it. It also comes with an additional caveat that Mario cannot touch anyone else. And it also tells us that if the gem falls into the wrong hands, it'll mean total destruction of all the kingdoms. So what I think is meant by all the kingdoms is right now we have Mario. He's just at the Mushroom Kingdom. And as seen in Super Mario Bros. 3, there are 7 other kingdoms. And these other 7 kingdoms all exist in what's called the Mushroom World. Back to the story, Mario doesn't seem too worried about this. And at the end of this page, you see Mario and Toad leaving the Mushroom Kingdom castle, and you have Toad whispering a secret plan to Mario. Then we see Mario and Toad. Looks like they're traveling through World 1 here, making easy work of these Goombas. And Toad's lagging behind a bit because Mario can pretty much just walk through anything with his Green Gecko Gem. Mario's kind of a jerk and just tells Toad that he should have one as well. And the trees don't like Mario being a jerk like that. And the trees are saying, nasty Mario, not nice, him mean. And it looks like Toad's really far behind now, just screaming for help from Mario. And it looks like this is when we're introduced to Piranha Sue. And she heard discussion between Mario and Toad about the Green Gecko Gem, and it gives her an idea. Basically, some sort of plan so she can get the Green Gecko Gem. So Piranha Round Sue tries to win Toad over by mentioning that, hey, you know, that plumber guy doesn't treat you very well. But Toad's not having it. He's like, nah, Mario's my friend. Then Piranha Sue continues to say, well, I heard Mario had this powerful gem. And tries to win Toad over by saying, I'd rather see this gem in your hand, not Mario's. Then Piranha Round Sue mentions to Toad, wouldn't you like to have all this power? Which leads to Toad having a dream of being the king. And it looks like he's becoming interested in Piranha Sue's plan. And Toad's like, whoa. You just want me to give up everything I hold dear just for a few moments of power? And then Piranha Sue responds with, sure, why not? What are friends for? And that's really all it takes to sway Toad. And Piranha Sue is pretty happy that she has successfully duped our boy Toad, and I guess they're gonna make a plan. We then have a panel showing that Mario is far ahead. We don't know how far, but it looks like he's pretty far ahead. And he's jumping off a music note and sees a block that he wants to hit, and he gets under it, smashes it, and I guess all of his priorities change to getting rich. I didn't realize Mario was such a scallywag. So Piranha Sue's plan is to have Toad get in the water and to pretend that he's gonna fall down this waterfall. Meanwhile, Mario is just, well, I guess Daddy needs a new socket wrench set. And just below ground of this, we have some members from the Piranha Plant squad who are super hype here because they have a chance to get this Green Gecko Gem, and basically they want to take out Bowser and rule over the multiverse, and they believe this is possible to do with the Green Gecko Gem. So then Toad thinks he hears some cheering underground, but Piranha Sue says, no you don't, now get in the water. Then we have Piranha Sue going over the plan again with Toad and says the shadiest thing of all time, that she'll hold on to the gem until Toad is safe. And Toad's a pretty big idiot in this and believes every word and just says, I don't deserve a buddy as good as you. Then it cuts to Mario, who I guess just found the magic wand under some random rock or something. And now that he found the wand and has all this money, he's ready to go back and check out how Toad's doing. And Piranha Sue's plan is working very perfectly here. Mario sees Toad about to go over the waterfall and is very worried. And Mario begins questioning Toad, trying to figure out why Toad's actually in this creek. But Toad lays it on thick, saying that there's no time and we can discuss it after you save me. Mario makes a point that he can't save Toad without dropping the gem. And Toad's just like, you gotta drop it to save me. But Mario doesn't really care at this point. He doesn't think Toad's in big enough danger and says, if I drop this, someone could easily easily steal it. So Piranha Sue grabs Toad by the foot and brings him underwater. And at this point, Mario decides, okay, that's danger enough, drops the wand and the gem and goes into the water to save Toad. And of course, at this time, Piranha Sue makes her move and steals the gem and the wand. So Piranha Sue's pretty happy that she's got the magic wand and the gem. And Mario attempts to get it back by saying that the king needs the wand to turn back to normal as he's been turned into a lizard. But Piranha Sue just says, tell the king to avoid green flies, and then we have Toad asking, hey, when do I get the gem? And of course, Piranha Sue laughs in Toad's face, calls him a fool, and says that she is now invincible, and all other piranha plants are also invincible. So here we go, she's feeling hyped, making her big announcement, her victory speech, saying, as of today, I rule the world. And out of nowhere, you see the Koopa King himself coming out the bushes and just grabs her by the stem. So I guess she wasn't as invincible as she thought. Koopa's just like, yo, so you're leader of the world? And Piranha Sue's just already terrified, going, did I say that? Then we have a panel where King Koopa is talking about how he's had such a horrible day. Talks about how Mario threw a plunger at him, chased him for miles, stubbed his claw, and now he's got Piranha Sue talking about world conquest. And Piranha Sue, just being super terrified, denies it and goes on to say, hey King Koopa, we have this very nice gem and wand for you. And King Koopa just doesn't care. He just calls it some cheesy gem, some cheesy wand, and tosses it. Bowser looks at the wand and reads, Brooklyn Plumbing Novelty Company, serving your plumbing novelty needs for nearly 1/100th of a century. So it looks like this magic wand is a wrench, and I guess it's got some kind of powerful stone in it or something. I'm not really sure. And King Koopa just calls Piranha Sue an idiot. And we also have Mario and Toad both racing for the gem here. So then Piranha Sue asks King Koopa if the wand and the gem are useless, in which he replies not at all, and continues to say, this wand makes an excellent pedal blender. Let's try, shall we? Then cuts to Mario and Toad on their getaway, and Mario compliments Toad and says, looks like your plan worked. So the one wand was a fake, and it was one of Mario wrenches, I guess. And I think the stone was real the whole time, but I'm not sure. But all that really matters is that we have Mario and Toad getting away with the gem and the wand. So Toad's not such an idiot after all. We then have Mario and Toad showing up to the throne room here with the gem and the wand, and the Chameleon King is blending in with the environment, and I guess everyone in the castle is just walking all over him. Now they finally use the wand to turn the Mushroom King back to his normal state, and the story ends with a couple gags on the Mushroom King, showing him wanting to eat another fly, and asking him if he wants to eat some lizard crunchies. Alright, so next up it kind of switches pace a bit, and it just gives us, it gives us a Dear Princess Toadstool section, which basically has a few different characters just sending in letters to Toadstool with questions, and they want to know her thoughts. So the first message is from Koopa, and it says, Dear Princess Toadstool, I'm a successful tyrant, and I'm sure I'd be pretty popular with the ladies if I had a really keen nickname. It may sound crazy, but I've always wanted to be called Muffin. Here's my question, where do you steal a nickname? Tyrantly yours, Koopa. And she responds, Dear Koopa, you don't steal nicknames, you earn them. If you want people to call you Muffin, you have to give them a reason. For start, I'd suggest eating at least 100 muffins a day. If that doesn't work, try sending every citizen of Mushroomland a 100 Koopa bit bill, along with a note signed from your friend, Muffin. So yeah, these are definitely going to be pretty wacky. Next one's from Phanto, which says, Dear Princess Toadstool, my name is Phanto, and yes, I wear a mask like the Phantom of the Opera. So here's my beef. Every time I visit someone's house, what kind of music do they play? Opera. And I hate opera. If I have to listen to one more Lady Viking shriek in German, I'm going to cry. Sincerely, Phanto. And Toadstool responds with, Dear Phanto, try taking along your own records when you go out. If your friends still insist on playing opera, try changing your name to Elvis or Muffin. And if that doesn't work, you might consider moving to another area. And last one's from Luigi here, who says, My name is Luigi, and I have a brother named Mario. So far so good, right? Problem is, wherever you go, people say, Here come the Mario brothers. It's annoying. I'd rather we were called the Luigi brothers. How can I get equal time in the name game? Sincerely, Luigi. Which she just says, Dear Luigi, ever thought of changing your name to Muffin? And that's the end of that section. And Luigi got wrecked. Alright, so this video is getting pretty long. Unfortunately, I'm going to end it here. There's still 2 more stories, and kind of a continuation log. So I'll probably do part 2 of this if anyone is interested. And I didn't really make this clear at the beginning of the intro, but all of these stories came from the Valiant Mario comic system. But in the comic system, it wasn't just Mario. They had stories involving, well, of course, the Super Mario Bros., Captain N, Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Punch-Out, and Game Boy. And what I was reading from when I was saying Volume 1 of 9 were the special edition releases they did, where they essentially just took all the stories about the Mario Bros. And packed it all into one volume. Anyways, I thought these stories were really fun. And while reading them, I found myself researching to find out more about the lore of the Mario universe, which I really, really enjoyed. The art was really nice. I don't really have any complaints, and we got to see some cool things. One of my favorites being how they showed the Piranha Plant Army underneath the waterfall. I thought that was really cool. It was really cool seeing the Mario Bros. Plumbing Company and exploring more of the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't really have any complaints. I'd like to see how the Mario Bros. Plumbing Company is connected to the Mushroom Kingdom, like how they cross dimensions. That would be really interesting. And I hope in another story they explain what Luigi's always up to. And finally, it'd be really cool if they went into the lore of the Mushroom Kingdom, like the origins, or even the origins of the Magic Wand and Gem, for that matter. But there's a lot of stories, and I've only read these 2, so it could be out there. Anyways, I would definitely recommend checking these out for yourself. They're really fun and only a few pages long each. So if you want to check them out for yourself, I'm going to leave a link to the website where I got the scans from in the description. And at that website, you can even check out the other stories. They have all the scans for like The Legend of Zelda, the Captain N, and whatever other story you might be interested in. Like I said, that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of these stories and if you like this content. And I hope everyone has wonderful and happy holidays. I'll see you in the new year.